Good day and welcome to your reading. If you have happened to click on this reading today, there is likely a message here for you. So I'm going to just start with getting some cards here. Anything for whoever has decided to join me today. Some messages for this collective spirit. If you could just, what does the collective need to know? Okay, so we have mask. We have wealth. We have disharmony. We have witch. We have peace. And we have conflict. Okay, so this is the past position here. So we have mask, which masks can be about hiding your true self, or your true intentions, those kinds of things. But I also look at masks as roles that we play. So different, whatever kind of job we do, say you're a mom or a dad or a sibling, those kinds of things. So, masks, that's what's kind of coming up there for me, maybe the roles that you play here. And then we have the wealth coming in beside it. So prosperity, of course, a lot of emotional and material abundance. So I feel like this is what you've been striving for for most of your life's journey here, is looking for that wealth, that prosperity and abundance. And you have done many, many roles throughout your lifetime in order to achieve this wealth and prosperity. But what I see here in the present moment is this disharmony. And so because you have been, plugging along, doing whatever you can, playing all of these different roles in life, really trying to find whatever this is that is going to finally be this big payoff in abundance. But, you're feeling a lot of disharmony at this time. It's like you've just been trudging along, trying to do what you can do. You've tried different perspectives, new ideas, different actions, and still there seems to be some kind of conflict, whether it be with others or whether it be with you. So it's like you just haven't found this niche yet, whatever it is. So I'm feeling like right now you're feeling fairly frustrated with this state of being. What is kind of drawing my attention here, I just noticed, is that there's a clock up here on the wall in this disharmony. So I almost feel like it's just divine timing. So I feel like maybe Spirit is asking you to hold out hope, because as I look at this some more here, there's also a rainbow with a star right beside that clock. And I feel like Spirit is just saying, just hang on here, it's coming. It's all in divine timing. You are being divinely led into even this star position. So you don't see it yet, because I see that all of the little characters here, the two stuffed bears and the one on the window, they don't see that star there. So I feel like things are happening in the background and arranging themselves. So don't give up hope when I look at this disharmony card. I'm really feeling like things are going to be coming through here. And beside this disharmony, we have the witch, okay? So it is to be enchanted or under the influence, or it can be somebody who is a supernatural or mystical person or event. So of course, witch to me is intuition. And so I think that, you know, what you have been doing all the way along is some people could even almost accuse you of being a witch, just because you've really, all you've been doing is checking in with yourself and making sure, you know, that everything is still feeling right. And is this the same path that I'm supposed to be on? You know, I feel like it is. But yet this disharmony here, I also feel. So I think that you've just been biding your time, going along, and tapping into your intuition. And what I see here in the future is, you know, this conflict. So there's some kind of emotional struggle that might be going on, maybe even a confrontation or competition. So it says physical or emotional struggle or conflict. And so I almost just feel like this is almost something that you're going through yourself, because I also have the peace card. The peace card is also coming out with this conflict card. So of course those are like almost exact opposites, right? So I almost feel like, and almost all of these are really, you're like, okay, what do I have to do? What do I have to do to produce this wealth, you know? And I'm still doing it. I'm still putting my best effort in, but I'm still feeling this disharmony. But I'm following my intuition, you know. But you know, this conflict could be like how much longer? You know, you feel like you've really been struggling for some time. But it says here that you know, you are in a state of peace. That there is actually some mental and emotional balance happening here, where you very much are free from anxiety and disturbances. So I love that. You know, I think that you may be coming up against all kinds of things in your life, but you're just dealing with it peacefully. You know, because you've been through all of these different roles and all of these different experiences, and you've just really just trusted your intuition here. So let's see if we can get some clarifiers on these cards, Spirit. Why don't we go with life-changing situations, or changing life situations, whatever it is. Okay, so let's get a little bit more detail here for the collective on this mask card, Spirit. What is this about the roles or this mask, if we can get some more information. Okay, so we have Fantasyland. Make sure everyone involved is being realistic and on the same page. And this is really interesting. We have two cards that came out here, and the other one is Veil of Illusion. So we have Fantasyland and Veil of Illusion coming in underneath this mask. And what I'm feeling from this is that all of the different roles that you've played is that maybe that people weren't honest with you. So, you know, it was kind of like, you know, it was almost like a fantasy land. So, you know, something that you really thought, you know, was true for you. You know, because there's a path right in between these two colorful rocks. So I feel like it's like, you know, that was your experience. That's what you were going through. You were looking for this place, you know, this, your niche, whatever that is in life. And also what's happening, or what has happened here is that as the veils of illusion lift, seeking truth beneath the surface to navigate through love and career authentically. So there's a veil of illusion that has been lifted. And I do believe that it is here around this wealth card. And what I think is happening here is that you have really begun to realize how to manifest this wealth. And you realize that this wealth is being manifested through all of the outpouring of love and authenticity that you have been sharing with others. So there's progress here. You've come from all of these illusions, and you're really, you know, because on the opposite side about this, it says seek the truth, right? Where it says you're lifting that veil of emotion, so, or of illusion. And I think what you're beginning to see here is you're really beginning to see the truth as you're lifting this veil of illusion. you're beginning to trust in yourself and your own navigation system, and not listening to maybe what others, these others that hold these masks of maybe deceit or illusion. You've come to realize that you're better to listen to yourself here. So let's get some more details around the disharmony and the witch. So the disharmony is eclipse of concealment. Navigate through the eclipse of concealment, understanding the cyclical nature of hidden phases and awaiting revelations. So really exactly what I said here. Remember I said it's all divine timing and this is being divinely guided, yet these guys aren't seeing it. This is exactly what that's saying. It's like things are happening in the background, and it's just the cycles of life. Like, just wait for things because they're coming. Like, just navigate through this. You're doing a good job. You are navigating through this. I feel like you are, because we have the intuition right beside here. And the other card that that comes out with the intuition is Sky of Clarity. Soar into the boundless sky of clarity, where insights are as infinite as the azure expanses. So absolutely, you are getting clear messages here from your intuition. You're being divinely guided here. Absolutely. And you are going through an expansion right now. So I feel like there's a bit of a transitional phase here. And so when I think of that transitional phase, because you've got lots of clear messages, is that we always sort of feel this darkness before we really feel the light here or the clarity. So you're in this present moment here. You're coming out of this darkness phase. You're beginning to realize that your intuition is spot on, because the other side of this is to seek clarity. But what it's saying here is you have the sky of clarity. So absolute crispness in terms of your intuition. Keep on following that intuition. And now in the final part here in these future, we have the peace and the conflict spirit. If we could have a message around the peace and the conflict here in the future. What does the collective need to know about this peace and conflict here? One more card, please. Okay. So in terms of the peace card, we got emerging dawn. Trust that every ending is another beginning coming in disguise. And so this is where we have the conflict here with the emerging dawn. So not to worry, right? We're getting through it. We're going through it. That physical, emotional struggle. Know that this emerging dawn, because this emerging dawn comes with actually both of these cards. So I do feel that it is very much describing this conflict that you've been going through and the peace that you're coming into with this emerging dawn. Remember, I was saying even back here that there was an eclipse going on. So all you had was darkness. And so then therefore you only had your intuition to rely on. But because you have relied on that intuition, things are becoming so much more clear. And so these things that you felt were a conflict, this emotional and physical struggle here, I think that the peace is coming in here, and we see this emerging dawn. And with that, we have a resurrection. Shake off the past and rise again. Reinvent yourself and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. So we have this resurrection card with this emerging dawn. This is what's coming in here, right? You are, this is almost like the Easter story if we think about it. But this is what's happening. You're the dawn is arising and you're putting all this conflict in the past here, all of this emotional struggle, and accepting this peace into your life. So I don't feel that this is going to be a very hard resurrection. Like, I don't think that it's going to be hard on you. It's going to be very, very peaceful is what I'm getting here. Wow, ever beautiful. Okay, so let's just get a couple of, let's look at the Angels and Ancestors cards and see who is walking with the collective, helping the collective along on this journey. We have the Fire Guardian. Who else is walking with the collective here, Spirit? Any more messages that they would need? Let me take these two. Okay, so we have the Fire Guardian coming out first, and this is about igniting your passions. So really, with this crystal clear clarity that's here in the present moment with your intuition, just know that this Fire Guardian is here helping you, with this clarity. It gives me this sense in terms of this emerging dawn as well. And you are emerging from this hermit place, from this place of self-reflection, from taking the time to really look at yourself, look at your relationships, retreating and recharging, having a good, as I look at this here, coming in beside the clarity and the intuition here, right? That you've taken this time for yourself to really get clear, to really connect with this intuition. It was because of this Fire Guardian that really helped to move you away from these illusions and begin to see beyond the veil, to really begin to understand what does it take to bring in this wealth. It takes love and it takes authenticity is what it's saying here. And so this Fire Guardian has really helped you to see that. And so you have taken this time to really connect with yourself in terms of this Hermit card. And then as the next card coming in over this future is the Traveler, moving in a new direction. So it is that emerging dawn, the resurrection, where we are coming from that conflict into peace. We have the Traveler. So I feel like you will be having an opportunity to travel around, share your story, whatever it is, but you are absolutely moving in a new direction in terms of whatever it is that you have been doing up until this point. I think that you have finally found your niche. That's so awesome. That's amazing. I'm just going to leave it there because I think that this is super cool. And from what I am seeing just with, even in terms of myself and others around me, is I feel like people are finally finding their niche. Comment, let me know what's going on for you, and if anything resonated with you today, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. My name is Trish, and thank you so much for being here with Ancestral Ascensions.